What's up everyone, it's OhLookItsJerome. The other day I was watching a video from Calux where him and Bazinga went into the abandoned, I don't know if it's abandoned flats, it was an abandoned place, and it reminded me of a time I went to a place. I just thought like, I'll share my experience of when it happened to me, and I thought it could be a fun story. Well, it weren't really fun, the way it happened was not fun, but I thought I'd just literally tell the time it happened to me and explain like the difference and my experience. So basically, I was we sat off in the beginning. I was at mine obviously, and my cousin rang me, my cousin Jake, OhLookIts man on Xbox. He was like, "You coming out?" So I was like, yeah. He was with his mate. He come pick me up, and we was just driving around. And we was bored shitless, and there was me, my cousin, my cousin's mate, and my cousin's girlfriend, and we got my cousin's mate got his mate out. So there was 1, 2, 3, 4, just 5 of us, 4 boys, 1 girl, and we were driving around, and we ended up near this abandoned hospital, and we thought it would be a good idea to go in there and stuff like that. But the lad we was with, and this ain't no offence to him now, he was a big lad. He must have been about 18 stone, but he was quite a lump, so he struggled. He was struggling to get over this big fence, which took me about, literally, not exaggerating, about 3 seconds. And he was struggling to get over this fence. So once we finally got over and stuff like that, my cousin's mate, the other mate, and his girlfriend went in there and was walking around. So we followed him in a few minutes later. We was just walking around, you know, doing you know what. No, we was just walking around, I don't know what that was, walking around, and it was pitch black. So we had to have bear in mind it was like 11 at night in winter as well, so it's pitch black at that time, and it was cold, everything like that, and we had our lights on, and we was walking down this long corridor, because the only way in is one way in right in the middle, and then the rest is just like small windows, not big windows, and it goes up, but we didn't get a chance to go up at this point, and we've gone all the way down to the end of the corridor, so we've gone and got all the way to the end, and I've had a phone call, so I've then walked back out to come out into the like big, I don't know if it was dripping like the green bit, there was like a big bit of grass. Say the fence was there, there was a big bit of grass, so the fence, grass in the place. I was just on the grass, and my cousins come out to see what I was doing, thinking I was scared. I was like, no, what's happening on the phone? And once I was finished on the phone, I then walked back in, but because obviously the door's there, you could either go that way, or you could go up the stairs. I then stopped at the entrance, and I put my flashlight on. I was looking around and shit like that. Like, where are they at? I can't see them because me and my cousin was there, and we were waiting at the entrance for a few minutes, and when we was waiting there, we heard a bit of a noise coming from upstairs, so we thought that was them, and we was about to go up there, and we heard them from where I originally left them from. So I was like, what the fuck? Like they could have split up, one could have went upstairs, we didn't think of that, we didn't think anyone would be there. So we'd then gone down to the left, but as I've started walking away from the main bit, like literally as I've walked down to the main bit, down to the left where they was at, as I've got to the left, I've turned around. I had a book in my hand at this point. I was walking around the abandoned hospital. I was not walking around empty-handed. I know a book isn't the most amazing weapon, but I was not walking around empty-handed. And I've turned around, and I was like, oh, I thought you lot was upstairs. I was like, no, why would you say that? I was like, turned around, pointing at the door where it was at. I was like, I've heard someone. As I pointed, these 2 like black figures, like for example, like it's just shadows. Obviously there were people, because it was a bit black, you just see like the outline, the shadows has just appeared at the bottom of the stairs where me and my cousin were standing a minute ago, and I was like, fuck. So we was like, hello, and they weren't saying anything yet because they must have been about 40 meters away, but they could hear us because it's just an empty like long corridor, and all we see is, say their hands was like fully down, say like I got really deformed down, I haven't, but say like that hands, all we see is like a knife figure just drop, and both of them just drop a knife, so they're both standing there with knives at this corridor, like, and I was like, fuck. I was like, they're quite far away from us, so it was still scary, but I was like, they're at the exit, there's no way out. So my cousin's girlfriend stood behind me, my cousin stood next to me, and it was kind of like all like in line, and I was like, fuck, what are we gonna do? And out the corner of my eye, I've seen this gap, it must have been about that big, and it was like that, and I literally dived straight out of it. I didn't even think about them lot. Like, them lot, once they see, to be fair, if I didn't jump out of that, them lot wouldn't have known about it, but I freaking dived out of this gap, and and I think I ripped the trouser a little bit, but I really weren't bothered. And it was literally like, it was like, you know, have you seen I Am Legend? It was like that. You just seen distance, in the distance you just see two outlines of like men with knives. I was like, fuck. So when I jumped out of this gap, I obviously stood out onto the grass. Once I was on the grass, I felt alright because I was in an open area. I wasn't in a like closed corridor. Like you could fit about me twice in this corridor. That's how narrow it was. And once I got onto the grass, I felt a bit more happy. But then them lot was taking fucking ages to get out, and I didn't want to go back in there. Like if they were dead, they were dead. There's no point in me dying. Like leave no man behind, they say. But fuck that, I was gone. But we got onto the grass. And I waited about 30 seconds, they all come out. And we've all run over to the fence, and I was willing to make sure I was the last one over the fence, because I didn't want to jump over the fence and then let everyone struggle to go over, because I knew I could go over that fence if someone was coming in about 3 seconds. Like the fence was about 8 foot, but it had like lines on it, like so you could just stand on it and hop over. And I've got my cousin's girlfriend over, got the lad over we was with, and then me and my cousin was waiting, and then my cousin's mate got stuck on the fence. I'll say he got stuck, he didn't get stuck, he sat there out of breath on the fence. But what it was like you see the hospital, like a big building with windows. We come out onto the grass, and it was like a big building, and it was just like, obviously they was all homeless, it was an abandoned place, there was homeless men, but it was how there was like windows, and it was like a scene from like I Am Legend. I'm not exaggerating, it was like just windows, just like men, like shadows just staring at us. And it was like, my mate was trying to get over this fence, but he couldn't get over it. And I was like, it seemed like he wasn't trying hard, but it was kind of just relaxed. So I can't get my leg over. I was like, lift up as I can and getting cramped. But the way I see it, if I thought men was coming out with knives, I would not give a fuck about cramp. I would be over that fence quicker than you can shout prostitute on the dildo. And I was starting to kind of get annoyed with him, because it was how me and my cousin made it clear we would wait on the inside of it, like so we could help people get over, but he wasn't putting any effort into getting over, and these men was like watching us with knives, and it did kind of annoy me, but what can you do? He fucking couldn't get over. I wasn't going to leave him there, bless him. I was speaking to Lewis, BHD, and although like I did not like the experience, like Lewis is a bit Ian all that in the head, so he was up for it. But I'm going to go for a high target. I don't think I've hit this on, I think I've hit this on like 2 videos, 75 likes, and I will go in there again and I will record it. The only reason I didn't record it before is because it's just when I first started my channel and I weren't really doing outside stuff. But if I hit 75 likes, which there's a high chance I'm not going to hit, I will go in there again and record it. I think Lewis has got a GoPro, I'll record it with a flash camera, and you'll probably see us get stabbed. So if you want to see me and Lewis die, feel free to like this video. This will be a new series. I've had some fucked up things go on before in my life, so I think why not just share them, let you know fucking what's happened to me. If you did enjoy this video though, leave a like. If you want to see me die, most likely leave a like. And let me know if you want me to carry on with these stories. Yeah, be sure to follow me on Twitter and all that stuff as well. All them links will be in the description. But until next time, see you later. Thank you for watching. Bye.